Hello friend, thank you for clicking on my video. Please remember to give it a like and to subscribe if you haven't. So it's a beautiful morning here in the countryside. It's been raining a lot of late. Looks like we're going to have a wet Christmas. I don't know what it's like on your side. Please let us know. So I prepared a dough last evening. I wanted to make mandazis, but I felt so tired that I did not fry them. So I left them overnight and I'm just about to fry them. I have never left my dough overnight, but I'm just hoping they're gonna be okay for mandazis. So let's do this. I really want to make it quick because it's been raining a lot, and even right now it's just about to rain. The weather is quite cloudy. I have lots of pumpkins in the garden that I need to harvest. I'll be doing that later on because with the lots of rain we are receiving currently, they're just going to rot in the garden. So I really need to harvest everything and bring them home. With the low temperatures, my dough is kind of cold and it's gonna be a little hard to roll out. Normally the dough rolls out easily when it's a bit warm. So I'm just gonna apply a little extra energy to stretch it out. The festive season is here and I'm going to be doing a lot of baking this time, and the weather is just right. I want to give special thanks to Barbara for sending me this bread book. It's gonna be very helpful for me this season. I haven't explored or tried out all the recipes that are in there, so this is just the right time to do them. The mandazi recipe is my own. I think I've shared it more than once here, so I will not be giving you the ingredients. Maybe I could just link up the older video where I did a real recipe, and then in case you're interested, you can follow that. This time round, I used self-raising flour. I usually just use the all-purpose flour and then add baking powder, but this time I remembered to buy the self-raising flour, and it's quite easy to work with, especially if you're not sure of your measurements. And the baking powder in it is evenly distributed, making it quite easy to work with. In this side of the world, mandazi is a tea time snack. You can use it both in the morning for your tea or your breakfast, and then for the 4 o'clock tea. It's also a snack that you can just bite on anytime you want. We don't sprinkle sugar on it like other people do. We eat it plain. Today I plan to make some pumpkin soup later on after harvesting, and then I think it would really go well with my mandazis, and that can also serve as a starter for your meals. If you love cooking or baking, you've got to stay tuned this season because we are going to have endless recipes, and I'm always glad to share them with you. So let's harvest the pumpkins before the rain falls. It could be falling anytime from now. My pumpkin harvest is a bit small this season. Last season I got lots of pumpkins, if you can remember. I don't know where I went wrong, but I remember a prolonged dry period after planting. Maybe that slowed it down, but I still have a harvest and I'm happy with this. People have always asked how I know that my pumpkins are ready for harvest. Well, when the leaves start turning yellow or when they're drying up and you see the stems exposed, then you know it's time to harvest. Usually you will see the pumpkin itself also turning yellowish or brownish on one side. Another way to tell is when the connecting stem is also drying up. That is the perfect time to harvest your pumpkins. So I'm just on time. I'm not really late with the harvest, but I was still leaving them in the garden because I didn't have to use all of them now. But because there's so much rain, I'm just afraid they might rot in the garden, and that's the reason I'm harvesting almost everything. I think they're just two I'm going to leave, which seem a little smaller or too premature to be harvested. My mom just remembered the last time we harvested pumpkins and I made some really nice pumpkin soup. They really, really enjoyed it and she's just reminded me to make it. She didn't know I was also missing that. So I'm gonna make some pumpkin soup and we're gonna share. Unfortunately, my daughter doesn't enjoy things like this, so I'm really sure she won't even try it. I too hated pumpkins when I was a child, and maybe it's just because there was just one way to cook it. It was normally steamed and we would have it with tea. But now that there are so many different ways I've learned to prepare my pumpkins, I really enjoy them. I've also learned from you guys never to throw away my seeds. I save them and I will be roasting them. This time I should roast them on camera so that those who don't know about roasted seeds can also learn and enjoy. So keep it right here. We will be roasting our seeds pretty soon. I love the deep yellow color. This type of pumpkin usually is quite small in size, but it has a very rich yellow color. Just the best color we'd want for our soup. So I'm just gonna boil them until they are soft enough to blend. And while they boil, I'm going to prepare my gravy, which we will add to it for that perfect soup. I'll be using 4 cloves of garlic, 1 onion, and 1 tomato. I will also be using coconut milk today. I bought some coconut milk and I realized it tastes so good with this recipe. So we will also be adding that. Last time I didn't add coconut milk, but it still tasted great. To the tomatoes, I'm adding salt and a little black pepper. And once the tomatoes are soft enough, then this is coconut cream. You can also use coconut milk or just cow's milk, but coconut cream or coconut milk gives the best taste. The pumpkins are soft. We are going to add everything into the blender. We will also add the gravy I just made, and we will have them all together in the blender and blend them. You can also just fry the pumpkins all together with the other ingredients and then blend. Whatever works for you. I love mine this thick and it smells so good. Today I'm gonna try it with my mandazis and it is so good. Everything is overgrown in this rainy season. Our bougainvillea is leaning on one side and it's just about to fall, so I just want to trim it so that it stands straight again. Part of it is also leaning on the window and the roof, which may cause damage. So I also have to trim those bits because some dangerous animal could just crawl into the house, or the bugs or all the crawling things could crawl through those branches into the house because we have a window right here. it's been a very productive day, and once again, thank you so much for joining me and for clicking. Please remember to subscribe. For now, it's bye bye. I'll see you in the next.